Wrestling Conscience, giving you the best analysis in these wrestling streets, not blah 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 blah. Now, we're looking at the Smackdown review. So, let's get into it.
Listen!
Why was not the TLC match in WrestleMania? They could have even got off the Rey Mysterio match or even take off the other tag team New Day and put this on. They had a chip on their shoulder and they had to show, like, listen, yeah, you did not put us on the WrestleMania card. I was flabbergasted. Everything up to the tag team match, it was like, blah. Oh my days. We don't go segment by segment, we just take certain themes. So obviously the first theme we're going to talk about at large is the TLC match with the tag team division, trying to make this claim and the stakes, and talk about, you know, our girl Naomi and her booking. And the last thing to talk about, I just can't get over that TLC match, but that's another story. We'll just talk about the women's division in general, with Selena's Vega and Jade and Nia and Chelsea Green. Okay. Oh yeah, nothing before I get into the themes. Like, I need you guys to talk to me. I'm trying. I don't know if you noticed, but I've been experimenting with different content. I'm experimenting with different thumbnails. Yes, I made them on Canva. I don't have the best, but I'm trying. I don't know what to do to increase the views. And you could be a smart aleck and say, prevent and put more content. I've showed my face. It doesn't matter. Some topics do well than others, and I thought, I don't know. I'm just lost, mate. I'm just totally lost of how to, you know, get certain subscribers, you know. I don't know how niche I can go. I like talking about wrestling analysis and how things are going. There's so much stuff I wanted to talk about, but I don't want to be like everyone. I want to talk about the Rock stuff. I definitely wanted to talk about all that, you know. I love the in between the lines, the subliminals happen between Rock and Triple. Everyone's talking about it. I want to talk in depth about WrestleMania. Everyone's talking about it. I want to talk about ticket prices. I want to talk about even when Stone Cold crashed into the barricade and that woman's trying to get her money. In America, the land of lawsuits. Talk about Shannon Sharp. I don't know. And it's not wrestling. But it's just like, I don't know. What am I missing when I've tried to do some research, and I'm not moaning, I'm trying to talk to the fans, talk to the Wrestling Conscience fans to figure out what can I do to make this better or to be niche, to attract more people who appreciate this type of views about wrestling life than just dabble. With how much content I give, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm having a wrestling midlife crisis here. Any help? That'll be good. Cool. Alright, so let's talk about profits are up. Street profits, bruh. So, this should have been at WrestleMania. So the TLC match returned the first time in nearly 5 years as the tag team champions. The Street Profits took on DIY and Multi City Machine Guns with the gold hanging up high above the ring. All of them are doing these crazy spots, and even Ford. And they keep calling. Do you notice the commentators calling them tears for Montez Ford's tears? I'm like, is Montez getting a singles run? An overdue single run? Because the thing is, if he's getting a single run, right, let's just think about it. I don't want him to be like another Kamala Hayes a very charismatic guy, can do really good wrestling, and you're just gonna just waste him and give him like Andre the Giant flipping trophy, but doesn't mean jack. Doesn't mean it's a consolation prize basically. I don't know. Now we know exposing Triple H of his short-term booking. Long-term booking means, aka, I don't know what I'm doing, and we're just gonna keep the fans guessing and pretend like we know what we're doing. A good facade, pretending like I know how to do the job. Imposter syndrome, kept underneath the covers. So I felt like Triple H, the Fiend, and Triple H was thinking, you know what? I need to save something for SmackDown after WrestleMania. I'm not gonna make it as good as Raw. I'm gonna have pure filler, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have a good banger at the end for the main event. Which they should have put this on WrestleMania, but that's just me. That's just me. But you can see there was a lot of good spots. Tez was just doing flips and flips and twirls and flips. There was table cracking with Dawkins and the most shitty machine guns, and then Johnny Gargano. Did he get speared? I can't remember So Angela Dawkins hit an immense spear onto Ciampa, who was dangling above the ladder, both crashing through a table below. They were just sacrificing their bodies. Imagine all these people are sacrificing their bodies, but what is this for? What is this for? They should have done this at WrestleMania. So Street Profits could have cemented their history then. They could have, with all the entrances and all this kind of stuff, and people crashing into each other, and they could have fit in this match. I think they could have fit in this match if time wasn't an issue. And on Netflix, well, in the UK and around the world, apart from Peacock, they could have fit this match in, man, and just swapped it with like the Live Valkyria one, or they swapped it with the Liv more. Yeah, like, they could have swapped it with the Rey Mysterio or the other tag team, or even the US title. No, they could have just swapped it, to be fair. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Well, a really good highlight that Tez he took the prosthetic leg from a fan and he hit Gargano. That's how charismatic. That made me feel like it was the 90s or slightly ECW vibe. Like, they're really trying with the tag team division, because we're not really caring about the tag team division, are we? We're not really caring, but they're doing their best. They are doing their best. Okay, so there you go. Street Profits and everyone's killing themselves, but people don't give a shit because how they've been booked. The booking, full of poo shit. Okay, so we proceed with caution with Naomi. So Jade and Tiffany. You know Tiffany, I give her a lot of hard slack, but she's there, right? So Tiffany comes out, it's Tiffany time, and you guys, your butts, like just like Rhea Ripley, you're gonna make her a star for doing stupidness, and she did botch quite a few times. God forbid, out of 10, 15 years, Naomi does one little thing, she can't wrestle. But the rate of how much Tiffany botches, no one says anything. I'm just saying, right? So, Tiffany and Jade, right here, right now, let's have a match. And I'm just like, are you going to put the title in line, though? So you don't put the title in line, what's the point of fighting Jade Cargill? So Tiffany, what I noticed with her promo, she does a little pacing, like, pace, say a line. Pace, say a line. Tiffany time. Pace, say a line. Left to right. Pace. Pace, pace. Anyway, then somehow we knew my girl Naomi's gonna come and do some stupidness. And I don't think Naomi, like, I love that girl, but I don't think she's even fighting properly, She was like, not even connecting the hits properly to Jade, not really hurting her. I think Naomi's a very safe worker, but it is what it is. They need to book Naomi super strong in the video. Book Naomi strong, man. Because every time she's coming in, she's supposed to be a badass. And every time she's always retreating, she doesn't even have a weapon. She just have like a weapon, like something neon and strong. Like be a badass, like be like a Gunther. They need to book her like Gunther. Like she needs to be feared. Where I'm not scared of her yet. Where is this feud going with Jade and Bianca and all this kind of stuff? Where is it going? Where is the long-term booking? What is the payoff for SummerSlam? That's what me want to know. Me want to know these things there. And then we see Nia Jax come over. Now, I don't mind Nia Jax. I don't mind her. I love. She's been carrying the women division on the back. The thing is, like when you have someone like Zelina Vega, or when you have a Liv Morgan, or you have Alexia Bliss and Nia Jax, because their body shapes are so on the extremes. Nia Jax is on the heavier side, and Alexa Bliss and Zelina Vega's on the smaller side. How believable when they're competitive or when they are with their opponents. In theory, Nia Jax should clear everybody on the women's, deck. Oh yeah, if Nia's coming out, where is Candice LeRae? She'll be coming out soon with her little purple life. Anyway, I need to see if Johnny Gargano has a new blog. I like his blog. I like their blogs better than their on bloody Smackdown on TV. Their blog is so vlog is so entertaining. Vlog people, VVV, so entertaining more than actually wrestling. Anyway, so talking about here with Naomi, book her strongly. Like we really think that she's a badass. She presented Jade as a badass. We can have a thought. Naomi can do power moves as well. And creative power move. Let Naomi shine. Don't use her as a tool for Jade. They're doing is Naomi the black Natalia? Just always helping, being a good man. Jesus Christ. Book her properly. For frig's sake. Okay, so where we are. We've talked about the TLC match. We've talked about Naomi not getting booked properly as a strong heel. And Nia Jax. Now let's talk about more wider women's division. Before. So my computer's wanted to do like an update, and I'm like, no, not now. In the middle of me recording to the fans, the millions. Okay, cool. So Zelina Vega defeats Chelsea Green to win the United States Championship. I don't mind her winning. This could have been done on WrestleMania, or no. It's tiny little Zelina Vega. Small things and big things can happen from small packages. How shit is Minchin and how shit is B-Fab? If Zelina Vega can beat Chelsea Green like that, how shit is Minchin? Minchin must be shit. Minchin must be the ultimate jobber in the world. If Zelina Vega can get this championship. Now, doing a bit of research on little Zelina, she's been around for a while. And for her to stick around and still have a job with her stature and limited moves, yeah, she's alright on the mic, alright. But her tenacity, like a cockroach, she's here. I don't mind her, I don't hate her, but what's she going to do with this championship? That's what I need to know. And Chelsea Green, I feel like she didn't really get the opportunity to give prominence to this title. Even that Lyra Valkyria woman, woo, big wings, the bird, I'm gonna call her the bird. I don't think they booked her well. Didn't give her any proper promo time. Didn't set up a proper feud. And they had the time. So no one can't, Triple H, no one can't tell me with Netflix, with how much repackage and repeats of things what they've done, but they didn't have the time to develop these characters and develop a good feud with 2 or 3 extra weeks for WrestleMania. You couldn't set up. If you imagine 2 to 3 weeks is when sometimes they set up a new pay-per-view for a new good feud. So you can't do that. You have like 2 for 3 worth of time to do that. Nah, man, you're lazy and you're taking the fans for granted. Black want. And just in tandem, her husband, Alistair Black, is here. I just feel like him and Rusev's going to be jobbers. I'm just like, I want to be excited because I know they're really good wrestlers, him and Rusev's on Raw. I want to be excited. I love my Rusev. On a side note, story time. I went to Bulgaria X amount of years ago. When was it? Can't remember the date. Was it 2018? I can't remember. Was it 2000? Was it 6 years? Can't remember. 2018 or 2007. One of those days, and I went to Bulgaria. I went to Romania, Bulgaria. Actually, I went to Romania for a wedding, and then I went to Bulgaria because it's next to each other. And I went to the place where, is it Poleski? I can't remember. Basically, where Rusev grew up as a child and where he got married to Lana was one of the places I visited, and I visited the church, little tiny church where they got married, and I wore my Rusev Day shirt as well because I had a Rusev Day shirt. But that's another story. I'm going off track. So anyway, so we talked about women's wrestling. I think we talked about the main things here. I don't even want to talk about like LA Knight and all that kind of stuff. I just get depressed how they're booking them. But all in all, the tag team championships. That should be on WrestleMania, and you're not really booking the tag team division decent. Book Naomi as a stronger heel. Thank you very much. We have women's champion. The women's division is just a bit lackluster, and it's a shame that Chelsea Green didn't have a really good United States Championship, and she would have been amazing. It is what it is. They're better than me. And see you in the next video. Alright, take care. Bye.